Hey people, I'm live. Welcome to the Hump Day evening stream. It is 7 p.m. Wednesday, September the 17th. It is about 25 Celsius. Feeling a bit warmer with the humidex because there's an actual humidex today. I think around 27 with the humidex, so a very warm summer-like day. We're still in summer, I guess, for a little while longer, not very much longer. So hope you're all having a good week so far. Let's see, Jillian Felix has popped in. Hello Jillian. Hello Alan K. Hello Jenny, how you doing? Hey Leo Chung. Picard. Tea, Earl Grey hot. What's up? Mr. Majestic, Zach the Ontario Transit fan. Good to see you all. I'm just chilling here on Isabella Street. Hey, Drew Costin, hello. Hello, Marg. Good to have you, Marg. Admiring this old Art Deco apartment building. Hey Felicity, what's up? Funny Dog, Mark M. Gertish, Howard Charco. Welcome to everyone. What's up, Neville? Good evening. William Elliott. Salayada, hello. Alright, let's get this show on the road. What's up, Carlito's Way? Hey, Cam. I think I'm going to go north. Maybe I'll just take a walk north up Yonge Street and see how far I get. I'm not sure if I'll stay on Yonge for the whole walk or the whole stream, but I think we'll do Yonge heading north for a while anyway. Hey, Detroit Dale, hello. There's the Artful Dodger. Hello, Lena. John Gordon. John Nicholson. Sunjib. Stewie and Devin Sullivan, welcome. Hey, grand opening. Authentic Korean restaurant. Night market. I wonder how late it's open. It's pretty full already. Seems to be a successful grand opening. Oops. Didn't mean to zoom. Hey, Carl Roth, how you doing? Random music. Hello, Looney. Welcome to the stream. Good evening, Christos. Imported British chocolate. It's a retro candy bar place.
Yeah, that's 832. Yeah,
looks pretty British. Hey, Billy T, hello. The sidewalks on Yonge Street are too busy to stop and look at things, to be honest. You're always in somebody's way or something. But it quiets down once we go north of Bloor. Hello, Kaylee. Welcome. And Franny. Probably not a good place to have a little conference standing in the middle of a busy sidewalk on Yonge Street, but I don't know, maybe they're from out of town, they don't know any better. Opening soon across the street. Hello, would like to sleep. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta tell it like it is, right, Jenny? Hello, Screams. Yeah, we walked past the brass rail. Didn't really show it, but we walked past it. Everybody's looking up at One Bloor West.
Is that church?
Alright, Yonge and Bloor. The ground looks wet. It's not. Not at all. We haven't had any rain recently, and I don't think there's any rain in the forecast for the coming days either. It's pretty dry in Toronto right now. Ziggy Phoenix, hello. Jimmy Kimmel got canceled. That guy's a sellout. He sold out years ago. It's funny how he acts all holier than thou now, but then he did that show 20 years back called The Man Show. It's like, hey, look, Jimmy, remember that time you were on this show called The Man Show? I mean, it was a funny show. I watched it, but now he would like recoil at the thought of such a show even existing.
I did my timing like, okay, I'm gonna get a shot.
All right, let's head north up Yonge for who knows how long. That's the one, Screams, that's the one, you remember that show, right? That too, Jenny, yeah. Hey, would like to sleep. $5 super chat.
That's what I was thinking.
Breaking the super seal, I guess you could say. Cheers, would like to sleep. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. Greetings, Fat Tony. And Jan Neeson, hello. He rang the bell because he thought I was going to step out into the bike lane, but I was not. I was not going to do that. But, you know, he did ring the bell because a lot of people do step out into the bike lane without looking or paying attention. So he was doing the right thing. Maybe I'll just take a little zigzaggy detour through Yorkville before we continue north. She's just going hog wild on her bell. I'm not sure if she's ringing it at that food delivery guy up ahead or not. I don't know what hog wire is, but hog wild, I think, is the thing that is the right thing to use there, if I'm not mistaken. Are we going to Gucky? No, we're not going to go on to Bloor Street, but just along Yorkville Avenue here. Hey, Wayne McKay. These long lights are annoying me lately. It seems like they're longer than they used to be. The amount of time you have to wait. I think I complain about it almost every time now.
I mean, this afternoon I stepped out of my office and I felt hot. So,
Oh yeah.
Hey, Randy Ruck, hello. When you're in live streaming mode, you just want to keep moving. You just want to go, go, go. And I find having to wait for lights just so irritating now. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the weather, Felicity. And I think I saw another super pop by there. Randy Ruck, $5. Barks Fund. Thank you very kindly, Randy Ruck. Cheers, Randy. Barks indeed. It's got bite, so they say. It's about 25 Celsius, Mr. Majestic, with a bit of a humidex even, so feeling a bit warmer, although it's starting to get dark now, so I think the temperature is going to dip down. But yeah, it was a very warm, very summery sort of day today. Hey, Welma Steed, good evening. Leanne D. Kolcheski, hello. 24 kilometers, holy moly. Hello, No Clue. 2 months away from visiting Toronto. Well, the weather still should be pretty okay in 2 months' time, so I hope you and your better half have a good visit. Or maybe you're his better half, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Jefferson? Robert Sprite, hello. The chat is moving very quickly. It's moving very quickly. Sorry, I might miss a few chats here and there. I keep scrolling back, but Randy's super zipped by so fast I didn't even see it at first. Thanks again, Randy Ruck. We're at Bay Street. Maybe I'll cross to the other side just to avoid the Muzak droning there on the corner. Hey, Jinwan Choi, hello. What is that noise? It's a very strange noise over there. Not sure what it is or where it's coming from. I walked out to Sunnyside Beach. Well, that building up at Yonge and St. Clair is starting to become visible now. We might end up walking right past there later. All right, Randy, have a good evening. Thanks again for the super. Maybe I'll see you later on, or maybe in the next one.
There's so many she's nuts.
No, it's like this weird noise, like blunk, 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 blunk. I don't know what it was though. I don't know.
I just like, I really, heard the underground. I just.
People thought I was crazy. Yeah, that's the reaction from a lot of Luddites I find when they see someone live streaming. Hey, Lawson Martin. Yeah, we were in Yorkville, on Yorkville Ave. It's busy in Yorkville this evening. Got the supercar dudes doing the rounds, you know. Gotta make sure they're seen and heard. Not only seen, but heard also. Although I'm making better time than the guy in the fancy car here. I'm gonna pass him. Or which fancy car? There's a couple of them. There's one up ahead there. Alright, we're in Yorkville on a Wednesday. Much livelier than I was expecting it to be. I can still hear that car. I think the car ahead of the Porsche was like a Lambo or something. Didn't get a good look at it. Hey, crikey. It looks like Stars Hollow. Yeah, that town on the Gilmore Girls was quite interesting. It was supposed to be this small town with like 9,000 people. But every time they had scenes on the street, there was always tons of people walking around. The sidewalks were full and busy. Everyone was out and about, doing all the things. It looked more like the center of a big city than this small town, in terms of how many people were out and about anyway. And it was just a set. It wasn't a real town. It was just a set on the studio backlot. It was only a real town in the pilot episode of the Gilmore Girls, and that was actually in Markham. The old town of Unionville. That was Stars Hollow for this pilot episode only. Hello, Molly. Hello, SG. I don't really have any thoughts on those dudes, other than they might take themselves a little too seriously, hence they're serious looking, right? Hey, Greg Keating, hello. I can still hear that car revving its engine. He must have did a loop and now he's going back through Yorkville again. They literally do that. They just go round and round. Revving the engine whenever there's some pretty girls walking around. Cruising. Some people still go cruising, right? Yonge Street was known for cruising in years past. Not anymore, though. If you want a good example of cruising on Yonge Street, watch the video for the song Subdivisions by Rush. From the early 80s, there's a scene of some teenagers cruising down Yonge Street, looking for the action, as the song says, right? Cruising for the action, something like that.
Because they built one more time.
Hey Lisa, how you doing? I was saying earlier he was stuck in traffic and I was about to pass him just as I strolled along here. I'm not even really walking fast tonight either. Mr. Majestic, yeah, it's an awesome video, an awesome song. Just awesome all around. That's it, Devin. All right, we're at where Bay Street begins, or ends. Hey, Syndic, hello. McAlpine Street. Have I ever walked along this street before? I want to get back over to Yonge Street. Let's go on an adventure. I don't think I've ever walked along here before. Let's see if I can find a way over to Yonge Street through these unknown side streets. Hey, Yvonne Atherton and JD, what's up? Chris Mills. McMurrich Street, another street I've never really walked along much. I think maybe once I actually walked along here. Some neat views here, looking south. Ugh, just walk through a spider web. Went right across my eyeballs. I got spider web on my eyeball. Hey, Mark Lang, hello. Now, does this go all the way to Yonge? It looks like it does. Let's do it. Another street I've never walked along before. A spider bit my eyeball. Now I'm gonna grow like 6 more eyeballs, just like a spider. Or some spiders, right? Have like about 8 eyes or something. And blisters on my fingers. Hey, we found Yonge Street. UK and England are not the same. Well, England is part of the UK, right? England, Scotland, and Wales are Great Britain altogether. And then if you add Northern Ireland, it's the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland. So it's a country, but it has countries within it, right? Kind of weird. Visit it. Yeah, we're going to go uphill here, up towards St. Clair. Oh yeah, I've looked at all my analytics for my channel, and it's very similar to Johnny's channel. Like the age breakdown, the gender breakdown, the countries and the cities, it's all very similar since we have basically a same sort of channel, the same sort of viewers. Hey, Divyesh Patel, hello. Baby G. What I find curious though is when you do the breakdown to look at viewership by city. On my analytics, North Bay is one of the cities near the top. Even though it's just a small little city, right? I think it's right next to New York City in terms of viewers per city. But I thought maybe it's just because I'm from North Bay and people from North Bay watch my videos because they know me or something like that. But then I noticed when Johnny was doing his stream and he showed his breakdown by city, North Bay was also near the top of his his viewership also, and I'm like, what? Why is North Bay so prominent here? Like right next to much bigger cities, right? Hey Tiana, hello. And Rebecca. That was quite the group of runners, right? Yeah, North Bay, my hometown. It's just a small city with like 60,000 people or whatever. But a lot of people from North Bay seem to watch these walking videos on my channel and on Johnny's channel. Hey, Caroline. Chowdhury, hello. Van Smythe. Yeah, Christina. it's not even a 5-hour drive. It's like a 3.5-hour drive at most. Less if you floor it. Like 3 hours if you floor it. Hey, thanks, Baby G. Hello, Jason Curling. And the whole there's nothing else to do there. Well, then there should be tons of other small cities and towns that also have such a high viewership then that are also lacking in things to do. But they're not there. All those other towns and cities are not on the list. Yeah, it all depends on the traffic and all that sort of thing. Like Tiana, for instance, Sault Ste. Marie, another small city in northern Ontario, not much bigger than North Bay, very similar in size. It wasn't even listed at all in those city lists of viewers. Anyway, just a curious thing I noticed. I'm not sure what's behind it. No Keswick? Nope, no Keswick. Yeah, it is getting dark and I have taken off my sunglasses, Jenny. I think I told Marg I would sing Sunglasses at Night because I missed her super chat at the end of my last stream. Thanks again, Marg. I think you sent it just as I was pressing end, so I didn't see it. But I took off my sunglasses now, so maybe I shouldn't sing that song. Yeah, this is a great little area here along this part of Yonge Street. Hey, quad mods, I'm sure you have some stories. What's up, mac and cheese? Whew. Yeah, I'm feeling the humidity. It's kicking in. Howdy, Nature Explorer. Sam Ronald, what's up? And Caroline, $10. Hi guys, you watch on TV, you need your phone to chat. Yeah, a lot of my viewers watch on their TVs actually. You can see that in the analytics too. There's a breakdown by device type. And a lot of people watch on TV and a lot of people watch on smartphones. Not as many on a desktop or on an iPad or whatever. Thank you very kindly, Caroline, for the 10 bucks. Very much appreciated. Cheers. And Bill Chow. Ooh, I think we're right on time. Right on time for the big dumping here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1.25, 1, 0. Just had to stretch out the space between 2 and 0 a bit. There's the big fancy ass liquor store. No, we're in the Summerhill area, Rebecca. Kind of north of downtown, heading north up Yonge. A Trojan Elk Explorer and Jason Curling, a $2 super. You love the fountain? Yeah, me too. I can't help but stop every time I walk past that fountain. It's always a drag in the winter when it's not doing its thing. Cheers, Jason Curling. Much appreciated. That's a loud phone. An RC Lamoureux, $5. With an inspirational message. I'm not a religious man, but I can appreciate that. RC Lamoureux, thank you very kindly for the super chat. Cheers, RC Lamoureux. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the walk. Can I make it to Davisville? Yeah, I think that's no problemo. Quad Mods is going to have himself a burrito evening. Living the good life. Hey, Vivian Johnson. Yes, by all means, sure thing, Vivian. And I didn't notice what you were talking about, but but welcome to the chat, Vivian. My battery doing? Might have to re-plug in my power bank here. All right, we're going up the hill. Up the hill we go. Maybe I'll use this ledge over here to set my gimbal down for a second. Hey, Jake Eves, hello. Alright, there we go. I think that whistling thing is from that movie Bridge on the River Kwai, or whatever it's called, Bridge on the River something. Hey, Peter Bradfield, $1.99. One day I'll be meeting Ken at a fancy-ass store. You won't find me inside many of the fancy-ass stores, maybe just walking past them. Thank you very kindly, Peter Bradfield. One thing I'm not is fancy-ass, I guess, but cheers. I'm over 300 concurrent viewers. Yeah, of course you're welcome back, Vivian. Going up the hill. Well, she was never not allowed. Yeah, thanks, Tiana. Glad you enjoyed that. There's still one more video coming up from my hangout with Megan. I think tomorrow's premiere, actually. Whew, yeah. Feels like another one of those sweaty summer walks that we experienced through much of the summer. Is it the blue hour? Yeah, my AC does not come out until usually until October is pretty much done with. Hello, Diego and Maximus. Yeah, I want a nice long fall. I said that before, but I'll say it again. Hey, thanks, Ziggy. Yeah, a couple more days. Hey, Stephen Edwards, welcome. Adventures with Dan, hello. Alright, we're crossing St. Clair. It's that building I pointed out a while ago, and I said we might end up walking past it. Well, now we are. Well, it's not that I'm procrastinating, Bill Chow, it's that my apartment still gets plenty hot. Right? I'm in Toronto, not Vancouver, so we get some hot-ass summer-like weather that continues well into the autumn. So I'm not taking out my AC until it actually gets cool for real. Otherwise, I'll be suffering for about a month or so. Yeah, similar to parts of the Midwest and the Northeast US. Because if Toronto were an American city, it would be sort of right on the dividing line between the Northeast and the Midwest. Kind of like Buffalo. Buffalo is technically in the Northeast because it's in New York State. But a lot of people say it feels more like a Midwestern city. And same with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is sort of right on the dividing line between Northeast and Midwest. It's an Appalachian city, but sometimes it gets lumped in with one or the other, Midwest and Northeast. Toronto would be in a similar sort of situation. I think it's more culturally connected to the Northeast than the Midwest. It's firmly in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. It's very much connected to New York City, more so than to Chicago, right? It does have a bit of an older colonial sort of look to it in some of the neighborhoods with row houses and that sort of thing. Doesn't look very similar to most Midwest cities. But since we're in Canada, it doesn't really apply anyway. Midwest, Northeast, it's meaningless in Canada. Toronto is considered central Canada, along with Quebec. And it's also considered to be the East. Either you live in the West or you live in the East if you're in Canada, and Toronto is definitely in the East. Well, Winnipeg's considered the West, though. It's considered Western Canada. Once you go west of Ontario, you officially are in Western Canada. Even though it's sort of central in its location, I know what you're talking about. But central Canada is Ontario and Quebec. Doctor and donkey, hello. Yeah, even Buffalonians argue about whether it's a northeastern city or a midwestern city, right? There are those that say, well, it's in New York State. New York State is a northeastern state, so therefore Buffalo is a northeastern city. And I tend to agree with that for the most part. And Toronto lies due north of western New York, right? If you extended the border of New York State straight north, the western border of New York State, straight north, Toronto would be within it. Toronto would be within New York State. I just sort of ventured off of Yonge Street here, but we're going to make our way back onto Yonge. It's a nice, quieter little residential stretch here. The part of Yonge along here is kind of boring, to be honest, so I thought I'd check out Lawton Boulevard. I was trying to remember the name of the street. Lawton Boulevard. Yeah, it's true that Buffalo is more like Cleveland than like New York City. That's why some people argue that Buffalo is more Midwestern, right? That's the reason for the whole argument. But Buffalo is also similar to Rochester, New York, which is only 60 miles further east than Buffalo. But no one ever calls Rochester a Midwestern city, so Buffalo is just sort of right in between there. It's like Cleveland, yes, but it's also like Rochester. Cleveland is Midwestern, no one argues that. Rochester is Northeastern, nobody argues that. But Buffalo is sort of this hybrid. I think Megan lived in one of these apartment buildings for a while. Back when I first met her, like about 13 years ago, she was living here on Lawton. I think I can make my way onto the Gardner Beltline trail and make my way back over to Yonge Street. We'll go over that nice bridge going over Yonge, get some neat views. Yeah, exactly, Bill Chow. Hey, Pamela, hello. Andy. Matt Bross. Thanks, Tiana. The Olive Garden might be coming to Toronto, is that right? I've never been. I think this was her building. Yeah, looks a lot darker around here, away from Yonge Street. These are the buildings you can see from the subway, which runs above ground alongside Yonge Street. You can see all these buildings when you're riding through the area here. Hi there.
Hi.
Yeah, she was very friendly. Gave me a nice smile, a nice hello. She was outside partaking of some doobage. Does this look spooky? Hey, James Carter. Oh, look who it is. Mommy's coming.
Hi.
Yeah, I got 8 eyes now after that spiderweb incident back then. I grew a bunch more eyes, so yeah, I have no trouble seeing where I'm going. Alright, I think I'm gonna come upon the park up ahead, and then that'll take me along the trail. Hey, Tactonic Boy, or Taconic, I guess. How you doing, Taconic Boy? Have I walked in other cities? If that's what you're asking, I have, yeah. Not other countries though, not on the channel, but lots of other cities, yeah. Hey, Toronto's Drop Music Guy. I have a favorite scary Halloween movie. I don't know if I have a favorite scary movie, you know? I consider Gremlins more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie. To me, it's a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas time. Hello. All right. Ooh, now we're walking through a spooky park. Although there's some people playing some music over there. Acoustic guitar, that's fine. I don't know, maybe like Beetlejuice or something. I'm just trying to think of a movie that's Halloween-y, you know? Like a nice old classic movie. Or Ghostbusters, I don't know. Is that considered a spooky movie? It's a comedy, so is Beetlejuice, but I guess I like my scary movies to be sort of like funny. Like a comedy horror kind of thing. Hey, Stewie, 20 bucks. Watching from Mount Tremblant. That's awesome, Stewie. Hope you're having a good time there. Thank you very much for the generous super chat, Stewie. I don't know if you can see me, but cheers, Stewie. Much appreciated. It's kind of dark here. Oops. Turn around. There we go. Yeah, I guess if you're a little kid, Ghostbusters can be kind of scary. Like that opening scene in Ghostbusters, right in the library, that's sort of legitimately scary. But then it quickly gets goofy. Trying to find where the trail is. Did I miss it? I'm lost in the park. Oh no. Where is the trail? There's a fence there. Yonge Street is over here. I can hear it. I can see it and hear it. Hey, Sean Cooper. Just in the dark here, it's kind of hard to tell where the heck things are, right? Where's that trail? Okay, I can hear a subway. I can see the subway over there. Help, I'm lost. I'm lost in the park. I'm lost in the woods. I'm doing all right, Sean. Is it over there? Maybe it's over here. I think this just leads out onto the street over here. Well, I'm gonna go that way. Somehow I missed the actual trail, the walkway that goes over Yonge Street. Geez, got like a scary movie happening here in the park. The Exorcist. Does this thing turn? It does. Taking a ride. Hey, Mr. Comments. Hey, the Indo nerd. I should do a night walk in the necropolis. I'd like to, but they close at night, you know, those old cemeteries. They have hours, and you'd have to sneak in and trespass at night. I think a few years back, Johnny and I wanted to do something like that for Halloween. Do like a nighttime prank of sorts in a cemetery, in a spooky cemetery. Then we figured out, or we saw that the hours were not compatible with that plan. We thought maybe we shouldn't jump the fence and whatever else we had to do in order to carry that out. All right, we're coming back into civilization here. It's not as good as the view from that other pedestrian bridge I was trying to get to, but this is not too shabby. Actually, the trains are down here. Let's watch a train go by. Shouldn't take long on the Yonge line here.
Yo.
Yes, I am, Ellen. Whew. Yeah, I'm feeling the humidity, man. Definitely feeling it. This is just a bridge going over the tracks, Tiana. See it. The tracks go over there. There's a tunnel up ahead. The trains go back into the tunnel up ahead. Just runs out in the open here for a little ways. Hey, concerned citizen. No, it's not dangerous at all. It's just a bridge. Just a regular bridge. Going over the tracks. Come on, train. See, when you're actually waiting for one, it seems to take longer, right? When you're not waiting for one, it's just there. It's there when you don't want it to be there. No, this is Davisville station. Am I doing a rat check? I guess I could, but it'd be kind of hard from up here. Have to be a pretty big rat, I think, for me to see it. All right, I'm getting tired of waiting. Hey, Pamela, that's right. Okay, here comes a train. I can see one coming over there. It's going to go under the bridge here. It's going slow. This is the slow zone, right? These slow zones have been plaguing the subway for a couple years now. Another one. Woohoo! I'm 6 minutes away from Christina. Wasn't that exciting? Wasn't that worth waiting for? And this is the TTC head office here. TTC headquarters right here. I spy a Burrito Boys over there. Davisville Burrito Boys, never been. Hey, thanks, Vivian. By all means, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit all the buttons, do all the things, yada yada and all that jazz. You know how it goes. Come and say hi in the chat. If you do subscribe, if you want. And if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified when I do future streams, because I do these regularly. And I also post pre-recorded walking videos on my channel. So pretty much every day of the week, it's either a live stream or a pre-recorded video, which I premiere. So lots of walks to watch if you're into that. It's an Irish pub. I haven't figured out my dinner yet. Hey, Arez, hello. And WMD, hello. Are we going shopping? That's a negative. Why would I do such a thing? Carl, actually walking is a good way to relieve stress, so I don't feel stressed very often, thankfully. With all the walking I'm doing. Do the power bank thing again. I think Johnny will snipe me. I don't know. Lots of neat little shops along here. Ms. Potatoes Market. Hopefully those little green grocers up ahead will find a new space somewhere in the neighborhood. The ones that are being closed due to a redevelopment. They're very popular in the neighborhood. No, we're still not at 29.1. My channel is growing at a fairly decent rate subscriber wise, but that rate when I was about to hit 29k it slowed down and it took me like several days just to finally get over that hump. And then since I passed 29k, every time I get some new subs I seem to lose a few subs. It's not really going upwards at a very high rate right now. So once again, if you haven't subbed, any viewers watching the walk, it does help. Thanks, T. Yeah, I mean, it is growing. My channel is always growing. It just grows slowly sometimes, and then it'll speed up. And then I know eventually it will slow down, and then it does, of course. And then it'll speed up again, then it'll slow down again. Yeah, that's good, quad mods. If I get like a few hundred new subs per month, I consider that to be decent, like 300 new subs or whatever in 1 month or whatever. That, to me, that's okay. But when it goes below that, I'm like, yeah, it's slow growth. If it goes above 500 subs in 1 month, then that's sort of a bit of a growth spurt, you know? Hey, Robin Man. I don't think I'll ever see another time like a couple years back when I was getting like 2,000 subs per month, right? During like a huge growth spurt. Yeah, there are a lot of us, Van Smythe. There are a lot of us out there now. Or out here. Hey, here's that farm boy that got shut down due to rodents, a rodent infestation. Your favorite sub is Mr. Sub. I see someone up there. I guess that's not part of the grocery store though. And I think I heard another Farm Boy location also shut down recently for the same reason. Try to find a celebrity. Yeah, that's an idea I had after I did that walk with Diane last year. She's not exactly a celebrity, but she is an actor with... She's had a bunch of roles on popular TV shows and stuff like that. I thought maybe I should do more walks like that with some other people. So I know some people who know some people. There's a few people I could probably arrange something like that with. Who are kind of well known. Hey Jada, good evening. Glad you could make it. It's only because I have like some family members who are in the business, I guess you could say, right? The TV or the TV business, I guess you could say. I think my shoelace came untied. Alright, let me tie this thing up. This is the shoelace that refuses to stay tied. Yonge and Eglinton. This is Midtown, the heart of Midtown. Although once you go north of Eglinton, you could argue it's uptown.
I think that'd be.
Go. The gimbal is drifting a bit. Hey JD, $5. Let's get the donation train running. Thank you very much, JD. The super train. Cheers, JD. Much appreciated. No, Jim Carrey is not my brother.
That's weird.
This Rockford was nice enough to keep some of my mail. I said, I'm hoping to take everything.
Stop Lawrence. Yeah, that's the next subway station. It's a long haul between Eglinton and Lawrence. A big gap between stations. Yeah, Eugene Levy. That's one of the people I thought of, actually. Or Kenny Hotz is another person. Yeah, it's been a while since my sister has appeared in any of my videos or streams. It'd be nice to do something with her again. Looking south down Yonge. Rick Campanelli, the Temp? Rick of the Temp? I haven't thought of that guy in like 20 years. Is he still in the business? What's he up to these days? Or doing a walk with one of the Degrassi kids would be fun too, right? Or maybe Apu from Kim's Convenience. That would be fun. I don't have a celebrity in my family, but I have family members who are in the TV industry, I guess you could say, right? In the TV business. Hey, have a good night, Jenny. It's not too late for you, I hope. Hello, Todd Fuller. Hello, Martha. Well, my brother isn't famous, but he was on that TV show on CBC. And he's had a few other little appearances, I guess you could see, or say, on a few shows and commercials and things like that. Cross. Let's cross on to the other side. Yeah, that's right, Carl. Friday. Hey, Grizzly Giant. Very impressive. Not sure, Jillian. I'll probably do a live stream. I might go for another half hour, maybe, Christina? Usually around 2.5 hours is a good walk to me, and I tend to start wrapping things up. Sometimes it ends up going over 3 hours, but I don't think that's tonight. I'm not feeling a 3-hour stream in me tonight. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not tired or anything yet, but then I'd have to walk up to York Mills to the next subway station. I don't know if I want to do that. That's a boring walk. That part of Yonge Street. Holy moly, quad mods, 69, 69.69. I guess this is a pre-birthday super thank you very kindly quad mods. A double 69, you can't go wrong there. Wow, thank you so much, quad mods. Cheers. Cheers, I guess, in advance of the actual birthday. Yeah, wowza. Wowza is right. Hello, Tymo. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read up on this Jimmy Kimmel situation. I didn't really hear anything about it. All I know is I don't watch any of those network late night shows anymore. I think they're all lame. I don't know, maybe like Seth Meyers is probably the best of the bunch, in my opinion. I don't know. I do like when Jimmy Fallon does musical bits, when he impersonates famous singers and stuff like that, because that's fun to do. I like to do that. So I do enjoy some of his stuff when he does that sort of thing. Because he's really good at trying to look and sound like other famous people, right? When he's singing and playing. Yeah, the musical angle, I think, is definitely Jimmy Fallon's strong suit. You should do more of that. Yeah, and it's all on YouTube, that's right. All the clips from those shows. So you don't have to watch them on TV. Most people don't anymore. You're a Letterman fan? Yeah, I was a huge Letterman fan. Of course, his show wasn't quite as good once he moved to CBS, but I still watched. His NBC days were like the pinnacle. I remember all those crazy stunts he used to do on that show, throwing things off the roof. Or for a while he was calling this woman who worked in an office across the street. He would call her every day. Just some random woman he saw in the window. And then he managed to get the number of her office and started calling her every day, and then she became sort of like a celebrity in her own right. I remember that was fun watching those. I think her name was Pam or something. Maybe I'm just thinking of The Office. Maybe I'm thinking of the show The Office. Maybe her name wasn't Pam. I don't know. It was something. Christina, if I make it to North York. Something tells me I won't be making it to North York. That's very nice of you anyway. Did we walk past a lampshade store? Yeah, he had a good run, Letterman. He wrapped it up all nice. Nice send-off and all that. And then he immediately stopped shaving and grew a big-ass beard as soon as the show was over. It's like, that's it. I'm embracing old madness now. Yeah, Conan was good. Conan was good. I still like Conan. His podcast, I watched some of that on YouTube. Still walking up Yonge Street. We took a little diversion earlier, but now we're back to it. I guess I'm going to Lawrence if I want to take the subway home. Rubbing Out Rosie says Johnny Carson. Yeah, I used to watch Carson. I mean, I'm old enough. I'm old enough to have watched him too. Is anyone there here not Gen X? I think there's a lot of people who aren't Gen X. I think there's a lot of millennials. And some Gen Z. Probably not many Gen Alpha though. And I think there's a fair number of boomers also in the chat. Yeah, I can see all that in my analytics. It breaks down viewership by age group. So there's not a lot of really young kids who watch. A very small percentage. And not a lot of very elderly. But a fair number of everything in between, I guess. Like 25 to 44, I think, is the biggest age range who watches my stuff. Feels cool up here, like cooler. I think there's a lot more trees all around here. Kind of adds to the cool feeling I'm feeling right now. Christian Hansen. Ooh, feels really cool here. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I'm digging the cooler air. Don't feel quite as muggy here. You are like wolf. I am like tiger. Spooky tree. It's another spooky tree. Looks like a hand that's going to grab you. Some weird alien hand. It's cool in Leslieville. Well, you do live there, Quad Mods, so I guess it has to be cool there, right? Yeah, you'll see rats scurrying around these areas. Yonge and Eglinton actually has a huge rat problem. I mean, that farm boy is right there. That is literally shut down because of that. But right at the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton, there are some spots nearby where you can see all sorts of rats scurrying around. It's like a nest or something. Nice church. There's a supercar probably going down to Yorkville. It's time to go cruise. Go cruise in Yorkville. How's the crime rate? I think the crime rate in Toronto is not that bad right now. I think homicides are way down this year. Shootings and homicides are down quite a bit, I think, this year. I'm not sure about other forms of violent crime. And I'm not sure about property crime. That can be high, I think, sometimes, depending on where you are. Lots of property crime in certain downtown neighborhoods. But overall, Toronto is not a high crime city. I mean, this is a well-known fact. It's actually pretty middle of the road as far as major Canadian cities go, and it's even on the low side in a lot of rankings, depending on how you break it down. Hey, it's Lawrence Avenue. I think this entrance to Lawrence Station is still closed though. I'm gonna have to keep going, get to another entrance. There's a nice library right there, that's right. Oh, it's open. It has reopened. Nice. Well, I'm going to keep going anyway. I'll go up to one of the other station entrances. It was closed for a long time. It's nice that it's finally reopened. Du Maurier Apartments. I just think of cigarettes when I see that name. I'm one of those kids who used to be sent to the corner store to buy cigarettes for, you know, my mom back in the days when you could do that, right? Go get me a player's light. Okay. Here's a note. And the note would just say like, my son Ken is buying me a package of player's light. Signed Marvel, you know, my mom's name. And then I would show that to the store clerk, and that's all it took. Okay, here you go, kid. Here you go, 8-year-old boy. Here's your package of player's light. Right on, Christina. Those were the days, right? Right, quad mods. Yeah, my mom always gave me a note. Although apparently I probably didn't need one, according to what I'm seeing in the chat here. Oh, that's rough, Billy T. Yeah, that's no joke. That's no joke. Beetle George was done in by smoking. It's funny when you watch all the old clips of the Beatles being interviewed and stuff like that in the old black and white clips, mostly from the 60s, they're always smoking all the time, all of them. They're just puffing away. There is the subway. I never touched cigarettes myself. I just always hated the smell of cigarette smoke. So that was enough for me to just never even try it. I was like, no way. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap her up here because the next subway station is York Mills. And as I mentioned, it's kind of a boring walk once you go past Yonge Boulevard. It's sort of just dark and long and lonely and uninteresting, really. So I don't think I want to walk up there. But you know, we're almost at the traditional 2.5 hour mark here, so I think this is good enough. So thank you everyone for joining me on this hump day walk. A warm hump day evening here in Toronto. It was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope to see you in my next stream, as I mentioned, which will probably be on Friday. So keep an eye out for that. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. If you haven't, for some strange reason, already done all those things. And I'll be premiering a video tomorrow evening on the channel around 7 or 7:15 p.m. There'll be a live chat for the premiere. I'll be in the chat. The video is not live though, it's a pre-recorded video, but still fun. So I hope you can check that out. And thanks to everyone who joined me tonight. Thanks to the mods, and welcome back Vivian Johnson. Thank you Alan K. And thanks to everyone who sent support. Very, very much appreciated. Cheers to each and every one of you. It means a lot to me. And Quad Mods, thank you for the advanced birthday super 6969. Extremely kind and generous, Quad Mods. And thanks to all the channel members as well. All right, until next time, I will continue. All right, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Tomorrow in the premiere, right? Right. Turn around. There we go. Quite the lighting situation here. All right, have a good night, everyone. Going to hop on the subway. Hopefully those slow zones don't irritate me too much. Cheers, everyone.